Hello, welcome to Henny Farm. My name is Jide. So today I'm going to be showing you how to feed your catfish without you having any remnant in their water. Now the essence of this video is to help you understand that your water is supposed to be clear like this before and after feeding your catfish. Now let me say that again. Your water needs to be this clear before and after feeding your catfish. Now this is because it will help you note if there's excess feed in their water. Now as they grow in stages, you may come across having to feed them with sometimes floating feed, sometimes sinking feed. So if you happen to feed them with sinking feed, that is feed that once you put in the water, it sinks, it goes to the bottom. Now your water needs to be clear so that you will know that that sinking feed, they've consumed it and not leave remnants in the water that will later pollute the water. And you know, when their water gets polluted, they get infected and they become unalive. Now, I don't want catfish farmers to have their catfish, losing in numbers because of poor management. So let's get started. My morning routine is to clean the pond, take out all the dirt, flush out the water. The water is clear. So see, we're going to feed this till they get satisfied. This video will be a little bit long, and it's because I want you to see that these fishes are satisfied even as we feed them, without any remnants in the water. Like I said, without remnants in the water. So just take a handful. You're going to be patient. You will watch them as they eat. You can see they are rushing for the food. So while these are eating, let's come over to this next one. So I'm going to do the same thing. And see them. Just pour little. You wait and observe. Now the essence is to ensure that when you look at the bottom of the water, the bottom of this pond, you don't see any of this feed left. You make sure that they consume everything. So while these ones are eating, let's come over here. These ones have finished eating their own feed. This is a metal pond. This is metal. So as you can see, there's no food left. This is excreta. What you see here is their waste product. This is not food. So we're going to pour the food in an open area where we can see what they are eating. I'm not going to pour it here, no. I'm only going to pour it in this open area. As they are eating, you pour little. So now we're going to wait. Watch them as they pick up all the food. Watch them as they pick up everything. Now that was fast. That shows they're still hungry. So we're going to pour a little bit. So while these ones are eating, let's come back to the second one. Now, if you take a look at this pond, you can see that there is no food. There's no food left. It's empty. This is excreta. This is their waste material. So we're going to just take little and then sprinkle it little by little. You can see how they are rushing. You can see them picking up the food. They are not satisfied yet, but will still be patient. You have to be patient with your catfish. You have to be patient. So you still give them more. So while these ones are eating, let's come back to this one. So this is how you're going to be alternating depending on the number of ponds you have. So you can see the water is clear. You don't have any feed left. So you keep giving them. You keep giving them. Now let's stick to this pond for a while. Let's stick to this pond. Now notice, see their food coming up here. As they are swimming, you can see the little particles of food. You can see. You have to allow them to mop up. Let them mop up. You can see. But you know, if the water is not this clear, you can't see what is happening here. So you will make sure you just keep feeding them till, see, their movements are becoming slow. It's becoming slow because they're beginning to get satisfied. So you also reduce the quantity of feed you are giving. Just be patient. Just be patient with them. Be patient with them. Good. So you can see there is more food, there is more food, there is more food. And this is 0.5 mm. It's a sinking feed. That's why you can, you see that immediately I pour it in the water, it goes straight down. Now when we move to the next pond, I'm going to show you floating feed. So this sinking feed is high in crude protein. And because it's high in crude protein, if you have so much of it left in the water, it can contaminate their water for them. So you must make sure that they eat to the exact ratio. Now, I don't have the exact number of fish here, so I cannot quantify the amount of feed that they are going to eat. But I can use my observation to tell when they are satisfied, which is what I also want you to do. So let's see. Now, see how I observe. When I begin to see little particles of food like this, I don't want to give them, you see, till they eat it up. They have to mop up. They have to finish everything before I add any. And by the time they begin to pass through, they don't want to eat. That tells you that they are beginning to get satisfied. So let's do. You can see what I just picked is small compared to the first time I started feeding them. So you just keep feeding them. They are picking it up. They are picking it up. Now I'm going to stop. You have a lot of feed floating, which is what I don't want. Now this is one sign that they are beginning to get satisfied. When you have feed floating around. So what you do is you wait for, now not all of them will get satisfied at the same time. They would have rushed here to pick it all, but you can see there's only few of them picking it. You can see. Now from this portion to this portion, you can see that these particles of feed is left. And they are here gathered. They are not coming to pick it up. So they're beginning to get satisfied. So left to me, I'm not going to feed this again. I'm not going to feed them because I noticed one motion I always use in my videos to tell you that your catfish is satisfied. Now, come and see. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Now you see these bubbles. You see this up and down motion. You see them going this way. You see this up and down motion. That is a sign that they are satisfied or they are getting satisfied. Now you can see the few leftover feed. It's just very, you can even count it. You can count it. Now this is okay because they will come back later to pick it up. Now come. You see this. You don't get that up and down motion here. Why? Because they are not satisfied. Now to prove this, look, when I add a little of this, they are going to rush it. Now can you see? They are not yet satisfied. They are not yet satisfied. So you wait a little. You don't get your up and down motion. You just see them move and then they come up to eat. You can see they are not satisfied. So you wait, you watch. You can see that you're beginning to see food fly around. That's why your pond needs to be clean. It needs to be clear. Good. I'm going to reduce the quantity of feed I'm giving them here because I believe they will soon get satisfied. So I'll just test by adding a little. By adding a little. By adding a little. Now, you'll notice that when you pour food, you see that their number has reduced in rushing for the food. Their number has reduced. From their body movements, you can tell that they are no longer as aggressive as when you first gave them food. So you just put a little. Now I'm beginning to see them swim past feed. You can see they're beginning to swim past. That tells you they're not that hungry. Now you can see few fishes have swam through this way and then they didn't pick up this feed. So I'm not going to feed them anymore. I will let them be. So for me, these fishes are satisfied. So I'm not going to give them any more food. Now these are post fingerlings. So I'm going to feed the juveniles and the post juveniles. And then you also see that the same motion we experienced here, you're going to experience it there. I don't want to see excess feed in the water. I don't want the water to get polluted, and I don't want my fish to fall sick and they become unalive. It reduces the quantity of fish in. It reduces the quantity of fish in the pond. So let's go over and then let's see. Let me show you how I feed the bigger size. Alright, so now I'm going to feed the jumbo size catfish, and then this is floating feed. I brought this as an emergency, but I'm not going to use it. This is just in case you have excess feed, and this is floating feed. You can use this to scoop up the, but we're not going to use this one. Now let's get started. I take a handful of their feed. If this is around 2 mm, I'll put a little in the water. They will come up to eat because they are very hungry. So let's wait. Let's wait for them. They will come up. Yep, they're coming up. So this is going to attract them. They'll come up. They'll come up in numbers now. Let me attract them. Come over. Come over. Come over here. So you can see. Yep, they're coming up. see, they went back there to pick up the one I poured for them. So you can see, they are eating, they're picking up the feed. We'll wait, we'll not add any more feed till they pick up all this, till they pick up. So these ones that are here, let's give them a little. This one's oh, if you go there. Okay. So these are our post-juvenile. So as you can see, I like the water to be this clean so that you can tell if, now you can see them. So you just keep feeding them, till then you wait a little. Now you can see all this floating feed. You are going to wait till they pick everything up. You're not going to give any more. You see this floating feed? Yes. You're not going to add any more till they pick everything up. They have to pick everything up. Now if you come here, you will also notice there's floating feed here. Don't worry, they're hungry. They will come up and pick it. They will come up and pick it. So because of their aggressive, you see them here, you just put a little, So you can see, just put a little, So after now, what I have in my hands, you can see, now I won't be giving them any more feed till they pick up all this. It's not much. This can't contaminate the water because I believe they're going to pick it up in no time. But, you can see they're coming up to pick it. They're coming up to pick the leftover feed. And because they're not rushing it, it's a sign that they're not really that hungry. They're beginning to get satisfied with the portion I've fed them. And the essence of this is to note the amount of feed in their water. You don't want their water to be polluted because of excess feed. You always want all the feed that you give them at a certain time to be consumed by them. So, if you want more videos, if you like more videos like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification for more videos like this. Don't forget, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. And if you want me to shoot any interesting video, please let me know so that I will shoot. Thank you, and see you in the next video.